It's been a while since I've made a bike video, nearly a couple of months I believe, and the reason for that is really logistical. We're all under COVID lockdown here, or more or less. I guess we're coming out of it right now, which is kind of the middle of May, and it means that being outdoors or being among other people, like in crowded places like the supermarket, is a little bit unsafe. So I've come to that decision at this one day. I was working for the Fresh Market, or at the Fresh Market rather, still for Instacart of course, but at the Fresh Market. I was thinking, you know what, I don't think I should do that. And literally everyone, I was asking this in a stream, literally everyone was saying, hey, don't do it. Literally 100% of all votes said, do not go to work. And I was thinking, I don't really want to go to work. And it was an interesting example. I keep thinking of that day because I felt weird going into work the 2 weeks leading up to it, thinking, how safe is this and how likely is it that I'd be contracting the virus if I were to contract the virus? And the truth is, we don't really know. Am I more likely or less likely to get the virus, or does it not matter anymore? And that's kind of the thing that was going around in my head. So on one hand, because I've had countless infusions of chemotherapy, I believe it was over 20 in total. I forgot actually the exact number. It was like a lot. And I've had radiation therapy, and that could mean that my immune system is now forever compromised. It could be. At the same time, I've also had immunotherapy. That could mean that my immune system is now forever boosted and works much, much better than it ever was. But the truth is, we don't really know. So I could be at a higher risk, I could even be at a lower risk, or I could be at the very same risk as everyone else. And taking this into consideration, I was thinking, do you know what? I don't really want to find out. It doesn't really matter if that's the case or not. If I'm at a lower risk, it doesn't matter if I'm Superman or if I'm very likely to get the virus. If I do get it, let's just not do that to myself. And I think what really brought this down to me is when I spoke to a Jewish gentleman at Fresh Market. He was coming in with his wife. He was about to put his face mask on, and I didn't have face masks then. It wasn't obligatory to wear them at that point. And now it is in Miami Beach, and I think in the greater Miami area, we're all obliged to wear face masks in public places like a supermarket. And so he was just reaching out to me. He was just saying, hey, how you doing? Like people are. And we had a little chat, and he says, how do you feel? How safe do you feel? And I said, you know, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I'm a cancer survivor, and I don't know if I should be in a crowded supermarket for 6 hours a day. And he just said, you can't do that. And I was thinking, you're right, man. Absolutely right. This is not something that I should even be considering. So at that moment, I was kind of halfway through my shift. At that moment, I made that decision to just, for me, to say, hey, I don't know how I'm even going to break this to my employer, but I can't do this anymore. I need to not be here for a while. And they were very understanding. And after me, many other people have started just no longer working full-time, part-time in the supermarket. And I think it's a good decision for us to do that. And my doctor has signed me off, Dr. Kusny has signed me off until the end of this month, so there's 2 months in total. The sick note as such lasts until the end of this month, but we're going to keep in touch. We'll see how the situation pans out, if I'll go back at that point or not. But as a result, of course, I don't cycle to work anymore, and as a result, I don't make many bike videos casually anymore. I do still go out on the bike, but it's usually for shorter trips, and I've not had a chance to really take the camera, and hence, no updates. But it felt weird to leave this channel kind of hanging on a cliffhanger. Oh, now we no longer hear anything from Jay. What's going on? And no, I'm still around, and I'm actually busier than ever. So rather than just sit at home doing nothing, I do a daily stream on YouTube, because YouTube streaming is working again, which is awesome. And every so often I also do a stream on Twitch. So the YouTube stream is at 10 a.m. in the morning every day. Today was the 50th episode of Stardew Shenanigans. Very exciting. And when I get back, I'm gonna go do another one on Twitch, also Stardew Valley, because I need to prepare something for a thing that I've got planned for tomorrow. And truth is, I really enjoy it, and it's fun to do, and it is something I feel I need to do for me and for the world. I don't know, it sounds crazy when I say it, but it is something that it really works for me. This little morning ritual of sitting there and having a chat with people, that's a very social thing. And my intention was to bring this to, like I said in the last video, to bring something to this whole weird situation in which everyone who's stuck at home can literally just tune in and have a good time, and doesn't need to be afraid to just let their hair down and just, you know, watch a funny video game. That's not even 3D. It's kind of, I like the idea of us just coming together and talking about anything from DAS Studio to literally anything and everything. And we do, and it's a nice little gang of people, and we're growing in numbers. Today was kind of special because I added Mixer and DLive to the mix. It's been something that I've been testing over the last week. I've signed up for Mixer Pro this morning again, just to have transcode options there, and I've got a bit of a following there, and you know, the audience kind of, you know, I feel there's something there that I can grow. I'm allowed to multi-stream on Mixer and YouTube and DLive. I'm just not allowed to do it on Twitch due to that affiliate agreement. But that's fine. I'm leaving Twitch for other things like the dev streams and the occasional other experimental video game, like Donut County. I bought Donut County yesterday, played almost the whole game, not on the stream, just for me. It was just very, very nice to do that. Just a very funny little indie title by Ben Esposito. Very cool. It's just funny. And now I'm on my way home. I've just come from the hospital. That's the reason why I'm actually on the bike. I've come from the hospital, and it's been port flush day. I had a meeting with Karen, Dr. Kuznir's nurse practitioner, my oncologist nurse practitioner, just now, and it was kind of nice. We just had a chat there in the infusion suite, and it's good. It was literally just a port flush and lab work, so that still needs to be done. And interestingly, it's kind of a medical background, I'm telling you. The interesting thing is that I have one last pill of Synthroid for tomorrow morning, because of my thyroid condition. Due to the immunotherapy, my thyroid was compromised, and my body can no longer produce the thyroid hormones, which is you know, now artificially being delivered via a little pill. And I've just put the refill in last week to Walgreens, but I've ran out of refills, so I'm literally having my final pill tomorrow. And that's partly why we did the blood work as well, because we needed to make sure, well, is that still the right dose, or do we need to change the dose, or is the dose even necessary still? So I've got some lower dose pills at home, which I said to Karen I'm happy to take for until in the last 2 or 3 days until the lab work is back. And then she said, well, maybe since you've been off the medication for 2 years now, you've not had any immunotherapy for 2 years now, maybe you don't even need Synthroid anymore. But it's one of those things that only the lab work can show that, and I just need to stop taking it and see how my body reacts. So that's kind of an interesting experiment, and I think I might start doing daily quick videos for that, just so that I can see any changes in my metabolism. So what if my thyroid is so kaput that I do need the medication, then my voice is going to get deeper. I'm going to start retaining water, and so the pitch of my voice is going to change. I'll feel a lot more tired. Those are all symptoms which will creep in if my thyroid isn't capable of producing itself what we're giving it artificially now. But as long as we're giving it artificially to the body, the thyroid isn't going to be asked to produce that stuff by itself, which is why I think we're going to go do this experiment. But that's a few days off until the lab work is back. And I just thought, you know, I wanted to give you an update on that. Yeah, so that's what's been going on. Off work for at least another 2 to 3 weeks, during which time I will make daily episodes of Stardew Shenanigans. If you are interested in joining the merry group of people that we have become, then drop by at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time over on my main channel on YouTube, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or on Mixer, if you like. as long as it works. That's it. I'm gonna go home now. Take care.